Okay, this video clip will focus on the reading tools that are available in Mackin. To access those tools, you need to find a book that either you as a classroom will read together, or if the student is doing a research topic and they're looking for research information, what the student needs to do first is add the book to favorites. So they're doing a research report on amphibians. You're going to add it to favorites, go up to the backpack, click on favorites, and then open the book. Once it's open, they can go to a page that has text. And now that's a little bit small, so I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to look for an interesting fact. This is interesting. I'm going to highlight. For some reason, my computer is being really funky today. Okay, so this is interesting about why this frog is unique, because they thought it was extinct. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it in yellow. And then I also want to make a note. So this is, you go to the symbol that looks like, I call it a hamburger, and you click on it, and it will have the highlighted text above it. And then I'm going to make a little note. Was extinct. And then save my note. Now, I want to just underline this. My computer. There we go. Only 14 frogs have been found. Oh my gosh, normally my computer is not like this. And so I'm going to underline. And then let's get one other. Let's look up a word. So fungus. I can get this to go. And I can scroll through, and there's my dictionary. So if a student doesn't know what a word means, they can highlight it and look up the word. And then I want to add a description. So I'm going to make another note. Description of the frog. So if I was doing research, and normally we give the students research questions, or the students will brainstorm research questions to help them focus on the information that they need for the research paper, I could easily in my notes put, this answers research question number 1. And then, of course, all my research questions number 1 information I could highlight pink, and questions number 2 I can highlight blue, and so on. So I'll make it easy. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So I've looked up a word, I've underlined, I've highlighted. Is there anything else that I've forgotten? Let's see. Dictionary, highlight, search, read. As you can see, if there's an arrow down in the bottom left-hand corner, this is a text-to-speech book. So if I click on read.
Later, The lake was turned into a nature reserve. The area could hula painted frog not extant.
It will start
After
reading
all
the
has a
text.
black U side, the hula painted frog underside with white P14.
And then I can stop it. And this is if I want to get rid of a highlight. So if I highlight this and then I'm like, oh, I don't want that, this will clear the highlight. So those are the different reading tools that are available. Now let me show you how you can export it and how cool this feature is. So I'm going to go out of my book and I'm going to go back to Mackin. Where was I? Sorry. My biggest fault is too many tabs. Okay, so I'm back in Mackin. Now, in order to find my notes and my highlights, I'm going to go back up to my backpack. I'm going to click on Notebook and see right here, I can see that with this book, there are 4 notes. So I click on the image of the book, scroll down, and here's all my notes and highlights. And then, of course, if I use different colors, it will illustrate the different color highlights as you go down. Now, I can export my notes so I can save them to Google Drive or I can print. Once it's saved and in your Google Drive, students can just click on Open in Google Drive. And then here's what I love. It gives me the information about the book, and then all my notes and highlights are right here in Google Drive, and it even titles it in the drive, so it's easy for me to find later. Now, how cool is this if I'm working on a group project together and we can, as a group, easily share our information because it's in Drive. I can go in and add more information or copy and paste if I need to. I can also share my notes with my teacher. So after I've typed up my paper, the teacher can go back through and look at my at my notes and see if I used my own words or if I copied and pasted information directly from the book into my paper. So this is a very collaborative feature in Mac and VIA. Another way that I can edit my notes is when I'm in Mac and VIA right here. If I click on the pencil tool, I can add right here. Or if I decide, wow, I have way too many notes on this one question, I can delete it. So I can just click on the trash can and it's gone. Gone. All right, so that concludes this video on reading tools. I think it's a pretty cool feature and I'm really, really excited about it.